What up everyone, True Blue here, and I love me some Kamen Rider. I'm just going right into it. I love Kamen Rider. If the products weren't so expensive, I would probably own a lot more from the franchise. I mean, there's books, really thick books, lots of video games that are really good, roleplay items. These are Rouse cards from Kamen Rider Blade. Not official. I'll get to these later. But me personally, I've always loved action figures. Having full figures you could have displayed, or just actually use if I was still like a kid. But now they sit pretty. But I love my figures. Kamen Rider obviously has many different lines. From your mainline figures, this year is the Rider Kicks figure, Kamen Rider O, and you know the baseline. They do the bare minimum. They switch forms though, and then if you want to spend your life savings, you can purchase an SH figure arts, which are highly posable, do a lot more things, and look very nice. This year is the SH figure arts Kamen Rider Forza. The only SH figure arts I own because it was on sale for like $20. Thank you, Amazon. But besides the full-on actual action figures, like those SH figure arts, I personally love me model kits. This isn't a Kamen Rider, but model kits, which are, they're little plastic, you put it together. This is a much simpler one. Kamen Rider has other ones that are also very simple, like this entry grade 01, which does that, and that's it. But me personally, my favorite thing to come out of this are the figurized standard Kamen Riders. They basically have the posability of like SH figure arts. They're not as expensive, and you build them. Pun not intended. And I love them so much. I've gotten kind of addicted to buying them. I have like six sets? Yeah, 6 sets. And I want to get the whole line. And to manage that, I kind of need to know what is out there. So I did a bit of research to figure out where everything is, when it came out, all that. And in doing so, I figured I would just turn that into like a little video essay and talk about the figurized standard Kamen Rider line. Figurized standard, it's just like a model kit company line. I don't know. A lot of franchises have this figurized standard branding. Like, I know Dragon Ball, I think Sailor Moon, off the top of my head, Digimon. But today specifically, we're covering Kamen Rider, the ones that I've been collecting, and hopefully could get the whole line. This video was genuinely a lot of fun to make, like a lot of fun. And if you guys want to see me cover more lines, I don't plan on collecting them all, but I have been collecting a fair bit of Pokemon model kits. This year is actually my first ever model kit, a little Eevee. If you guys want to see me talk more about model kits, Kamen Rider, Pokemon, or other toy lines, or whatever the heck that I have and behind me, let me know. Research like this actually was a lot of fun for me, which shocks me too, don't worry. So yeah, make sure you let me know by throwing a Yoshi egg at that subscribe button, and, you know, commenting down below what you want to see, and just liking the video overall. With that being said, on with the video. Kamen Rider's first release was the Build Rabbit Tank form, which I just showed off, back in July of 2018. It was the first release to the line, and it happened right before Geo started airing, if I remember correctly. And when Geo came out, they obviously released a figure. That was in March 2019. Of Geo's base form, and this kicked off the line's big selling point, and that was their goal was to make every single Heisei Kamen Rider, so all 20 of them, in this figurized standard format. And they're still working on it, but they're actually only one rider away as of the making of this video, so it's very exciting to see this line basically come to completion. But they've released a lot of other things besides the main riders. On that same day, in March of 2019, they released Kabuto with his base form, but he could also put the Zect armor on and like do the cast off. So it was the first one with a form change, per se. And on top of that, they released the original Fies with like a rider kick effect, a sword, you know, the belt, all that. It was just Fies. The line go on hold. Not that long, actually. Just the following month in April, we would get Gates from Geo. He's the only secondary rider to be in the line, period. Like, as of making this video, there's no other secondary rider. So, that was big. It's basically Geo's with a few different sculpting, but... Then in June of 2019, we got Kamen Rider X-Aid. In August, we got a dual release, both Kamen Rider Double. We have Slico and Joker, his base form in Heat Metal. They designed these really well. All of the double ones can split apart, like split down the middle, and you can mix and match the pieces to create all 9 forms of double, which is brilliant engineering on my, in my opinion. Like, all the ball joints, they split. It's really cool. And then in the following month in September, we actually got the last double, Luna Trigger, rounding off all of the 9 double forms. But for anyone who knows Bandai and knows how Kamen Rider works, there's usually a premium Bandai item. Premium Bandai are just a lot more pricey, limited release items. And P Bandai really wants to get in on this. So the first release of 2020 was in March. It was another X-Aid character, this time again being a repaint. Just a full repaint of the X-Aid figure. And then we got the actual release in March. That was Kuuga. It's one of the ones that I own, so I'll talk about it a little personally. It's a very nice figure. Very solid in my opinion. I will say the step up in quality from 2018's release, because it's noticeable. I'll just say that. It's noticeable. Kuuga also comes with a rider kick effect part. You can just put on his foot. He can, do a kick. His legs also have custom... that sometimes they pop off, but you can really pose this one and move his legs compared to the other ones, so you can do his, like, finished pose and all that. It's a really nice figure, though. Highly recommend for anyone looking at the line or looking at Kuuga specifically. Kuuga will come up a lot more in this video, so trust me, this guy is very important to the line. Premium Bandai came back in May with the Amazing Mighty Rising Mighty set. It's a very interesting set in this line. The only one I actually had a lot of difficulty finding information on for some reason. It was the second Premium Bandai set, and it came with the Amazing Mighty, which is just Kuuga, but it's black, and then parts to make, I don't know if it's that figure or the OG figure, but parts to recreate Rising Mighty, as the original didn't have any way to do that. Anyway, Premium Bandai would come back in June with Kamen Rider Joker being a remold, slight remold, and repaint of Double being just the Joker side, but times 2. And then in July, Kamen Rider Den-O and Hibiki both dropped. So Hibiki, really nice looking suit. They had all his weapons, all that. But then Den-O had a special feature where you could have his platform, and then you could have put the sword form armor over it, so you have both forms of Den-O. It was a really nice little touch, and definitely won't be used ever again. The big release for 2020 dropped in December, being Kamen Rider Decade. Decade included belt adapters for every other model kit, and you could put the Deca driver on. The Deca driver also had its original and the pink version that was seen in Geo. So they really went all out with Decade, and you could turn them into any Kamen Rider. And following that, releases had belt adapters for the Deca driver. Now into 2021, our first release is the only re-release of the line. It's a new box, but the Kuuga figure I showed you was re-released. That's it. I've seen so little information on the actual Kuuga Decade version, per se. I don't know if there's anything special about it. I don't know if it's different modeling-wise, but it's seemingly a re-release. So I put this one, I'm calling it out specifically. It was also a premium Bandai release, custom box re-release, premium Bandai. I don't know if Kuuga was hard to find. I have the OG Kuuga. I do not have this premium Bandai version. So I don't know about the differences specifically, but maybe one day I'll track it down. Anyway, in April, we had the first Ryuki character being Ryuki alongside Dragetter. You know, the big dragon. Ryuki comes packaged with all of his advent cards. Sword Vent, Guard Vent, and the... Is it Strike Vent? I don't want to say Strike Vent. The dragon head. Dragetter's head. All of that. And it's the most expensive retail release. Like, compared to the rest, you could probably get them for like 25, 30. You're probably getting 60 to 70 for this Ryuki set. Because it's a lot. It's just a lot. But yeah, Ryuki, they went all out for this one. And then in June, Kamen Rider Den-O Fatigue, my friends. They released Rod Form, that could also become Plate Form. Axe Form, also become Plate Form. Gun Form, which could also become Plate Form. All being retools of the original Den-O release, but with the different pieces to do the different forms. So if you bought all of them, you could have every form of Den-O. All three of those were premium Bandai, and are probably the hardest, in my opinion, to find. Anyway, back to the standard releases. In July, we had Kamen Rider Agito joining the line. Following that, on September 11th of 2021, it's a data release it, alright. Kamen Rider Forze entered the line, also had his rocket and drill, his rocket arm and his drill leg. You could also attach those. And in October, really coming back to back with these releases, and right a day before Halloween, actually, they released the Tri Chaser 2000, Kuuga's bike. Yeah, they just kind of released Kuuga's bike. It's the only rider machine, like actually the only rider machine in the line, but it's there if you want it. Cool. I got nothing else to say. It's a very weird release, but that happened. Following that was Kamen Rider Fi's, a premium Bandai release again, but this time in Axle form. I do actually own a singular premium Bandai release. Fi's Axle, which is just Fi's, with the only difference being the chest, obviously, and the colors, but it is literally the same release. The only difference is, like, some of the stickers might be missing the Fi's emblem. I know the belt has, like, Fi's Axle, obviously. The wrist even has the same parts. Here's a rider kick effect part put on his leg to doing his finisher. But it is a good figure, but, what I mean, it's literally a, like, reuse. Kamen Rider Builds has the same arm structure and leg structure, and even the way the wrists are connected as Fi's, even though they're like 2 years apart. Mind you, the ones being released at that time. Heck, Kuuga has different connections because they started switching them up at that point. So if I'm going to put this out there for any collectors who may not be too familiar with model kits like I was when I first got into it. If you see any figure and it's a recolor, it's probably the same one, but actually recolored. So if you have any problems with that original, you'll probably have the same problems, unfortunately, unless they do decide to ever remold these for some reason. After Fi's Axle form, we have Kamen Rider O's joining the line in December. O's being his Tatsuba with legs to recreate his, like, finisher legs, and I just want to point that out because those things are terrifying. In 2022, this is where the releases get kind of crazy, in my opinion. Kuuga is coming back to the line in Premium Bandai. In January, we had Kamen Rider Kuuga's Dragon form. That's the blue one. Sure. And Rising Dragon, so you have the gold bits, the gold part of the belt. And then in March, we have another premium Bandai release. This time it's Kuuga in his Pegasus form, alongside Rising Pegasus. And we actually didn't get a full-fledged standard release until April with Kamen Rider Ghost. Kamen Rider Ghost is actually a really good figure in my opinion, but I will point out for anyone who really hates stickers, all of the orange on the figure, besides the very nice orange on the head, is a sticker. This is a sticker. These are stickers. The whole back has a sticker. All of these nice orange lines are stickers. It's kind of a pain to put on, but I actually enjoyed it. I know model kits, a lot of people hate the stickers, so I'm going to preface that now for anyone who really likes Ghost. Besides that, they actually have a lot of additional features. So besides that, Ghost has a separate hood piece, so you can put this down like he does in the show. On top of that, he comes with an alternative helmet, which has nothing on it, and you can remove this plastic hoodie and put it on this here, which is meant to be the Ore Damashi. I haven't seen Ghost. The Ore Damashi, and you can have the Ghost when he's like transforming and like boop goes down, the hoodie comes on. You could basically recreate the whole transformation sequence. It's really cool they include all this. And on top of that, the Ghost figure itself is actually really solid. I have had little to no issues with the stickers. It even comes with these nice combined hands to do his pose, but the joints are really nice. They're very solid. I haven't had any issues with the stickers peeling, and overall it just looks really nice in my opinion. Honestly, this is my favorite model kit, and I haven't even seen the season. But genuinely, it is a really nice figure, and out of everything in this line, the only one I can recommend besides Ryuki because of how much it comes with, Ghost, definitely one to look for. After Ghost, returning to the line is O's in his Tajador form. He actually has wings and effect parts to recreate his rider kick. Was it Rising Drop? Does it name like that? Also in April, actually. And then to finish off Kuuga's forms, another premium Bandai release in May, we had Kuuga's Titan form and Rising Titan. And then in June, our first and only Showa rider, technically Showa rider, Kamen Rider Black joined the line for some reason. Not Black RX, Black. Like, it's such a weird release when you think about it, but cool. And then in July, Double got another form. He got Fang Joker. This was a standard release, actually. I don't believe it comes apart. I believe it's remodeled, so it's one solid figure, but you can have Fang Joker, has all the Fang parts. And then in September, Kamen Rider Skull from Double with his hat joins the line. And then in December, we have a pretty special release for 2020. 2 releases, actually. So joining the line in December, Kamen Rider Blade. My second favorite figure, and a lot of bias because this was the first rider model kit that I purchased. Kamen Rider Blade, very solid figure, very nice figure, very shiny silver and gold. His sword, beautiful. A lot of parts. On top of that, the only thing, this is the weird part to me, they also released an effects set, so those Rouse cards I showed aren't official. These are an effect set, so you can have him, like, you could put these on a stand and have it, like, behind him like he's doing his finisher. He also has when he transforms, the big blue screen, that's buried underneath all of the plastic. But Blade, that was their December release, and besides Ghost, like, objectively the most solid model kit figure. While it was my favorite, this one, genuinely nothing, like, this guy has taken tumbles from the shelf, intact, completely fine. It's a very well-made figure, very solid, very posable. On top of that, you can put his sword in. He has alternate blade piece. You can even replace this part right here of the sword, have it open up like it does in the show. It's a very nice figure in my opinion. To round off the releases, we're going to go for 2023 and onward. So the first release of 2023 was Shin Kamen Rider in March. For those who don't know, they released worldwide Shin Kamen Rider, a movie. And to coincide with that, they actually released a model kit based off of Kamen Rider Ichigo's appearance in that movie. Then Premium Bandai came back in April with another Ryuki character, this time Ryuga and Drag Black. Is that seriously the name of the freaking... Wow, okay, Ryuki. It's just a recolor of the Ryuki set, so it's also very pricey. You combine the most expensive baseline set alongside Premium Bandai. That's, whew, nice price point. Afterwards, in May, we had Kamen Rider Wizard join the line. And then in September, we had Kamen Rider Drive. And actually, as I was working on this figure came out. The last Premium Bandai release and model kit release of the year, Dark Kabuto in October. Kamen Rider Gaim, who was set to release in January of 2024. And then it's been teased already that Kamen Rider Kiva will be joining the line sometime after that, rounding off the entire Heisei era of Kamen Rider, with every single mainline rider being part of the line. It's honestly impressive, and a lot of rumors have been going around that after Kiva, instead of going to Reiwa, they're gonna just do the final forms. And a part of me is upset because I feel like a Saber model kit would generally be amazing. At the same time, you could have displayed like all of Faiza's forms and all of Kuuga's forms, like legitimately all of Kuuga's forms. So I don't know, tell me if you guys want to see the final forms be released, or if you want them to move to Reiwa, or if you want them to stop the line. I'd cry, but they might, honestly. No one knows for sure. I want to take this moment to thank you guys so much for watching. This isn't typically the kind of content I make, per se, but I actually really like doing the research and talking like this ever since I did my face reveal. So if you guys want to see more sort of content like this, let me know. And trust me, I'd love to talk more about Pokemon model kits. Look at that, there's so many. They got Eevee, the Riolu, Lucario, my precious. And then you can't forget the Kamen Rider shelf. Look at that. I'm very proud of it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share and subscribe by throwing a Yoshi at that subscribe button. And then I'll see you guys all next time. Have a lovely day, everyone.